Food safety and sanitation.
Individuals solely consume food to survive on a daily basis, which people must properly handle, and it involves the necessity for food safety and cleanliness. In the food industry, there are risk issues that must be taken into account. Contamination is one of those. There are three different kinds of contamination. First is the physical contamination. What causes physical contamination? It is when a physical object contaminates food during production or preparation step. For example, falling hair, ingrown fingernails, dirt from unwashed food, vegetables, and etc. These pollutants typically originate from people, tools, equipment, and the environment. Number 2, chemical contamination occurs when processing materials such as grease or perfume mistakenly accumulate trace amounts of undesirable substances. Number 3, biological contamination occurs when a living organism enters an aseptic environment or processing materials. These contaminants are caused by incorrect cleaning practices and the products that people use. For example, bacteria, fungi, yeast, molds. Let's be responsible and practice proper hygiene, suitable trust, and correct methods to change these conditions. Preparing food, it is also important to take into account the temperature danger zone, which is the range between 41 degrees Fahrenheit or 5 degrees Celsius and 135 degrees Fahrenheit 57 degrees Celsius. This temperature suggests that bacteria will multiply quickly, which could cause food poisoning or other food-related illnesses. If it is consumed, these factors should be taken into account since they notify people that food must be kept at the right temperature and how to properly store food. Another factor that is needed to be considered in food sanitation and safety is chemical residue, because it may result in contamination or worse, food poisoning. There are ways to guarantee that leftover chemicals won't contaminate food. What are those? Chemical traces cannot be eliminated by just simply washing, trimming and peeling to minimize dirt, bacteria, and pesticides. Peel fruits and vegetables wherever possible. Leafy veggies, outer leaves should be removed because some pesticide residues gather in fat. Trim any excess fat from the meat, skin, and bones of poultry and fish. Pest management is another element that contributes to foodborne illnesses. This happens when scattered feces come into touch with food or surfaces used to prepare food. These pathogens could possibly originate from the pest's body or from something else it has come into touch with. In addition, pests, particularly rats, can transmit parasites through their waste. Surfaces used for food preparation and consumption become more prone to different viruses and bacteria due to inadequate pest management. The objective of an allergen control plan, or ACP, in a food production environment is to prevent cross-contact between allergens and non-allergic food, runs intra-label accuracy, ensure adequate documentation, identify key team members, avoid regulatory issues. HACCP, or Hazard Analysis and Critical Control Point System, offers guidelines for the food handling sectors to help them maintain good food safety for a variety of food products. However, governments have different systems for these types of issues. The HACCP system's goal is to reduce or eliminate risk related to biological, chemical, and physical contamination. In the food production environment, each person working in the food sector, whether as a cook or a server, must adhere to correct sanitary practices, discipline, and cleanliness for the customer's safety.